Well, welcome to my Desert Journey review and unboxing. I say review because not only will I be unboxing this car, but at the end of this video I'm going to be testing the Desert Journey four-wheel drive car up against the Q903 from Banggood. Link to both these cars below the video. Slight difference in price point, yours for about 75 bucks. This one, yours for about 92 bucks. Why the difference? This is brushless and this is brushed, but don't be so quick to write them off because this comes with two batteries with a runtime of 30 minutes each. Spec on it is not bad, and bear in mind for a first car not everybody is going to cope with the brushless one, so I like to give people options. Anyway, let me talk you through the spec on this one. It is four-wheel drive, brushed motor, ball bearings all round, which is always a good sign at any price point in RC. Front and rear differentials on it, high traction tyres according to the box, but we shall see when we pitch these two head to head, and a powerful brushed motor. The one thing I would say with any of these cars, guys, is don't be put off by the name before you take a look inside the box. Speaking of which, let me do just that. And as I say, I will be pitching the Desert Journey against the 903 in this video. This is brushless, this is brushed, but slight difference in price point on it, and this comes with two batteries, each of which gives a claimed 30-minute runtime. Now they're only tiny little 850 milliamp packs, but I've been tested a few of these similar cars recently. They seem to do exactly what they say. Well, the first thing about the Desert Journey is it looks a lot sexier than it did on the outside of the box. Anyway, let's have a look in the instruction manual. In the first couple of pages here, instructions on how to set the car up, steer it, etc. But more to the point, straight down to it, hobby grade, full list of all parts and spare part numbers on there, including an exploded diagram as to how it all goes together. Now, it does include not only a battery and charger, but there is a second battery located in the car. Also got your three AA batteries in there, so literally the thing is ready to go. Wheel spanner, screwdriver, and normally with these things somewhere in there, there will be a few spare body clips. Now for that transmitter. Not a bad weight to it actually. Whoa, wasn't expecting that. Steering rate, throttle trim, steering trim, fully reversible steering, fully reversible throttle, off, on there, throttle, brake, reverse, steering on there, three AAA batteries, judging by those. I was not expecting it to be as fully functioned as this. It did look, I have to say, slightly plasticky from the outside of the box, but the truck looks way better in the flesh than I thought it would do. Speaking of which, let's have a close-up look at it. So what do we think? Just peeling the first little bit of body film off the top. The rest of the body is already pretty much ready to go. Anyway, little beauty parade around. Front LED lights in here, should have pointed that out from the instruction manual. So we've got adjustable chocks that you could adjust with a preloaded spacer on there. No adjustable suspension, obviously at this price point. Metal drive shafts. They say these tyres are high grip, but we shall see outside. No, don't feel too bad. Some of these feel quite plasticky at this kind of price point. Just spinning that round, and obviously you've got the spare tyre there on the rear if you need it, and you could also take that off to improve the weight balance of it. Nice size impact bumper on the rear there. These things tend to be, the lightweight of these things tends to mean if they bash into something they just bounce off of it because they've not got an awful lot of, they'll not carry a lot of speed, they've not got any weight for any for the thing to be carrying any big momentum. Hope that makes sense. Say four-wheel drive, steel drive shafts all round, no adjustable suspension on there in terms of geometry. And one obvious upgrade on these cheaper cars is to change the shock absorbers for some decent ones on there, which seems to make a huge difference to the handling. Anyway, I hope you like the use of my new Banggood RC car stand. Link to that below the video because it's proving ideal for demoing these little cars on. Now the one ideal benefit of this RC car stand, that little magnetic thing is great for not losing the body clips. As I say, second battery inside the car. Well, what with the body off? Starting at the front, we've got a nice front impact bumper on there, LED headlights, our shock absorbers. At this price point, they tend to be friction shocks on here, but looking around on eBay, they're the kind of thing that you can buy replacement ones for, so I may try that in the very near future, see what performance improvement we get. As I say, it's four-wheel drive, steel drive shafts all round. The tyres, not a bad tread pattern on there, but we will see how they handle outside on different terrains. Moving on back, no adjustable suspension on there, but all plastic at this price point. On the left hand side we've got our combined ESC and receiver. On the right hand side we've got our steering servo. On the right there, we've got our second battery. Remember, we got another one in the pack that it came with, so 2 of them, and they claim 30 minutes runtime each. Having tried a few of these cars recently, can quite easily believe that, even though it's only 850 milliamps. Now, they appear to have 2 charging leads on the battery, like a conventional one. However, they don't charge through the main power lead. They charge through these USB chargers through what appears to be the balance lead. What I would say is, if you've got a charger at home, and you've got the relevant connectors, you can fast charge these packs and do away with the USB charger. That said, USB charger on these things charges them within 60 to 90 minutes. I've been finding 30-minute runtime versus 60 to 90-minute charging, phenomenal to my mind. Brush motor, which they claim to be strong, but we will see outside. Nice big heatsink on it. For once, that is a good sign. And moving on back, say rear diff on there, decent size. Impact bumper, which flexes nicely. Quickly scanning down the underside. As I say, all plastic chassis at this point. Time for a quick suspension test, then let's compare it to the Q903 and then head outside. Okay, a quick suspension test. I can't imagine we get a huge amount of travel here. Oh, probably about half an inch of travel on there. It's going to be very well sprung as opposed to well damped on there. Not bad. I'm going to put up with the odd bump around the yard. A little bit more room at the back, maybe 3/4 of an inch on the back there. Time to compare it to the Q903. Well, setting out on the counter, we've got the Q903 on the left and the Desert Journey buggy on the right. If you're wondering why they're slightly different in size, Q903 1/16 scale, Desert Journey 1/18 scale. They're both 4-wheel drive. This is brushed, this is brushless. This, however, still super lightweight, is about 50% more than the weight of this, which is very, very lightweight. And on this one, guys, you may be thinking this is a no-brainer, Richie, go for the brushless. Yeah, if you've driven an RC buggy before, that might be the one to go for. For a first-time user, though, this brush one could well be the right choice rather than the brushless one. They've both got LED headlights. Just check out the track width between them. On that. The one thing I would say, though, is rolling them forwards, despite a difference in tyres, the wheelbase between the two is nigh identical. So while the Q903 is considerably wider, this should also prove quite stable because of the longer wheelbase in relation to the width. Just remember, guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Desert Journey, all powered up. Q903, all powered up. So let's go outside. Just thought it would be a good test of those LED lights. Stop, we've got the Desert Journey brushed. Now, well, it doesn't have huge top speed. It's actually got plenty of poke low down. Oh my. Some of these cheaper buggies, the tyres let them down. I thought they felt a bit grippier, and I wasn't wrong. This is not the best of surfaces, this, like concrete I've got on there. It's not as grippy as blacktop, so it shows up deficiencies in the tyres far more than other things do. Very dirty. Well, it goes where you point it. It's not getting kicked around at all. Full throttle steering. Got some full throttle there, cornering there around there, boys. So very beginner friendly on there. Anybody wanting one for their kids for Christmas or Thanksgiving, this has got to be on the list. Plenty of punch low down. Okay, not a huge top end. So what do I like about it so far? Well, the steering is pretty proportional on there. The turning radius is not bad. A low speed. Feed that power in. And it's got a brisk turn of acceleration on there. Full throttle cornering on there. So it's not spinning out. So how does it brake? Full throttle. Very, very good indeed. As you boys and girls know, I like cars, to recommend cars rather, that have good brakes. Because while you can get into trouble easily, with going very fast, good brakes can get you out of trouble just as easily. So outstanding on there. LED lights. Could be quite fun at night. You can change its direction pretty quick. The steering servo might be a little bit quicker, but it's not bad nonetheless at this price point. Nearly at that wall, so let's crash test it. Okay, bet time Richie to do the bump test. Oh! Well, works fairly well for me. Let's go do it again. Oh, and again. Tumbled over. But as I say, no weight in these buggies, so the Desert Journey
just bounces off the wall. It's got a decent turn. Like, okay, it's not got the top end, but that low down punch. I think on dirt this could be quite fun. Anyway, let's take up my grass and have a look. Man, considering that has just got friction shocks, I would with friction shocks normally I would think it would be getting kicked around all over the place, but that is not doing badly at all. As I say, I will maybe do an upgrade on one of these little buggies with some decent shocks, well, decent shocks, cheapo shocks from eBay, and see how we get on. But that is not bad at all, and it's manages to like short to medium height grass on here. It's not going to plough through long grass, guys, at all. Trying to do the transition at speed. Okay, not bad at all on that. Often that's what throws cars off when they do a transition from one surface to the other. First impressions are the Desert Journey, yours for around $75. Link to it below the video with those LED lights as well. Not tested those at night as yet, but it is pretty darn good for the money. Ideal first time buggy. I would say you're not going to get in a lot of trouble with this, but that acceleration is very brisk, but it is featherweight, so I can fully believe that 30 minutes battery run time. And I've tested a few of these cars of similar size and similar weight recently with similar packs on board. I just don't get how they get so much energy and duration out of these 850 milliamp packs. Anyway, let's go and test the Banggood Q903. Different beast, but I thought it'd be good to compare and contrast. Q903 from Banggood, brushless, a little bit more power. Yours for about $20 more. Now it is a little bit more aggressive, but then you've got a lot more power in here. But braking wise, oh man, yeah, I would say there's a journey as it beating on brakes there. Okay, full throttle turns. You can't. It wants to donut on full throttle. It's not got quite as much grip, but you have to bear in mind you've got a lot more power in here. The one thing then I would say, this is a little bit tail happy. You might need a little bit more experience to get the best out of this car and to catch it in those spins. On blacktop, this would be better. It's kind of speed can overtake. Almost got too much speed at points.
And I actually prefer the handling of the Q902, which I've done a review of, and I'll put a link to that below the video. With the bigger tyres on the Q902, it's better over a variety of surfaces, whereas the Q903 here would be more suited to blacktop.
From base, but I thought a good comparison. $20 difference a piece on there. Okay, that all-important hard surface to grass transition, not bad at all.
Well, the Q903 doesn't handle the big bumps and grass quite as well as the Q902 does, and over grass, the Desert Journey actually gives it quite a good run for its money.
Okay, well, on grass, I wouldn't say it's its forte, the Q903, on grass for sure. Although it's a little bit more playful. Although the Q903 is four-wheel drive, it feels like a lot more rear biased than the Q902 does. Decent turn of speed over grass as opposed to blistering. I have to say, the Desert Journey on the grass gives it a run for its money in terms of acceleration. Okay, lower speed on grass, you think it's okay, then you floor it. Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Bigger area to test this in would be helpful, but I have to do the best I can, given blistering turn of acceleration, that brushless power. But it doesn't feel that much faster than the Desert Journey, I have to say. Now, the only downside to these smaller buggies is a stick like this that a 1/10 or 1/12 car would decimate causes a severe problem for cars this size, but it's all it would do for the Desert Journey. So you can hoon a bit with this. If you, it wants to do lift October steer, so now will it take a bang? He says, will it take a bang? Because we've just got that front bumper on there. Go on, boy. Go on, Richie boy, get those big boy pants on, hard end to the wall. Oh, that's one of the headlights down. Oh, that's definitely hurt. But when I shifted one of the LED lights back, it has not damaged the front bumper at all. Banggood definitely make good cars. And ones that wheel a bit. So this is a little bit more playful than the other one, but I said about $20 more. Thought a good comparison to the two. There is only so much fun I can have in an afternoon before I have to go and repair some of the RC cars, which if it was a lot harder than the Banggood Q903 has today. So guys, up to you. Which one do you prefer? The Banggood Q903 or the Desert Journey? They are both, I have to say, for small cars, pretty darn good. I thought the Q903 would walk away on this test, but the Desert Journey, but the Desert Journey, I have to say, probably a little bit better over grass. But I may upgrade both these cars with different shocks on it, because what I've seen from other people's YouTube videos, simple change in shocks can transform the handling on these cars. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below the video, guys, which one would you prefer to buy, the Q903 or the Desert Journey? Links to them both below the video. Thanks for watching.
Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.